Okay. Boo. This time we're only behind by like 5 seconds, I think, so it should be a little better. You can also see my absolutely crusty streamer setup. This is real pro streaming that we're doing today. Ping. Eight seconds is the norm? What am I looking at right now? Using the game it. Oh, as opposed to a sprite. Actually, now that I think about it, I was thinking about using different software for this, what I'm doing right now anyway, so that, I'm gonna take that as a reminder. Yeah, this entire time I've been making my characters like 24 pixels tall, something like that. I'm thinking of going for a slightly higher resolution just so I can actually, I don't know, get across like the detail that I want. But at that resolution, it hardly matters what software you use. What was I doing that required an eraser size that large? Oh, I remember. resolution lets me get in more detail, but I wonder if I'm actually going to be able to maintain it for an entire video game. I've been thinking a lot about like resolution and like the color palette I've been using, and I've just been like generally dissatisfied with the way the game looks. I'm not really sure what to do about it. Jaundice and black. Yeah, and I was kind of going for that to make... How long is my latency? Oh, okay, it's not that bad. Jaundice and black. Yeah, and I was kind of going for that, like, extremely limited palette, because I want to, like, do some animation for cutscenes, and I really didn't want to have to take too much time on them. So I thought it'd be better if it was all sort of like monochrome, and if you had like, and so I could have like a sort of consistent aesthetic without making like a comic book style. But I don't know, it's just really starting to wear on me, like not having any color options at all. Hmm. Joe Ellis, the gang is all here. How are you doing, Joe? Are you staying alive? Good. Good, good, good. What? Hey, Sprite is so cool. Palette. One of the main points of dissatisfaction with this palette is it's simultaneously very low contrast and very desaturated, and I kind of want to change that. And originally I went for a uniform increase in saturation and decrease in value as the colors progress across the shades that I use, but I think that uniformity is making it look bland. It looks consistent, but it is also just like extremely boring to look at as well. Maybe less consistency is what I need. What palette is it? Black spice. There's some contrast colors like blue. That is one of the reasons I have this purple option, is so I can use this, but I've just like never been using it. Blue might be a good idea. I need a color wheel. I want specifically a CYM color wheel because I like the way the contrast works on those better than on RGB ones. Is this CYM? I think so. Yeah, they have like cyan across from red, which makes more sense to me. Yeah, it's just some made up palette. It's just like yellow, red, and purple or something, so you have this kind of like... It's very ugly. Yeah, blue might be better, because I have yellow and red as like the main color and like blood. Blue would actually give me like a proper like triangular color scheme. So maybe I should do that. A palette from somewhere. I should just steal a palette, honestly. Yeah, I could make cop enemies that aren't red. I also want to give my character like blue pants instead of black pants all the time. It would give me just... I really haven't been sure how to use purple, but I think you're right. I think blue would give me a lot more options. Oh, SWAT units would be sick. That would be much more fitting than just like the weird like red guys that I had before. This would stay open. Lots of usage of blue. I think blue is a good idea. I don't know how I arrived at purple. I think it's because it's like kind of even, but it's just not quite as striking. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try implementing blue in this sprite. Try to make this palette a little more. Just a little bit like brighter. I want like a nice bright yellow. Something like this. I also don't want to use black at all. Like, I would much rather have very, very dark shades of my main colors that I can use to outline things. I don't need my red to be that. I do like these really like light desaturated ones though. I can use those as like glossy highlight colors. Blue, huh? Let's see here. The wheat. Let's give me a wheel. Add foreground color to palette. I don't think so. Oh, wait. Never used this tool. I have no idea what I'm looking at. Okay, this is far too interesting for me. There we go. That blue, but not the one directly across from you. I want. Also, is this RGB or is this CYM? Okay, I think this is CYM. There we go. Nice and vintage. That's true, they have kind of a vintage look. What's happening? Yes, like, this is what I don't want. This is a little too restricted. A triadic color scheme doesn't have to be a perfect triangle. You can have like, you can have kind of like an arrow shape. Screw it, I'm just gonna wing it. Something in this range. This looks good. Second color needs to be a bit lighter. Like this one? Yeah, there's not very much contrast between these two. Like that. That looks a lot nicer. This is the kind of thing where I'm like, I'm not really that good at this kind of thing. Like, noticing, I have trouble noticing if colors actually look good together, and also noticing if, like, notes in a melody actually fit. This is looking like a good start. Yeah, there's definitely like a cohesion. Like, I can see where I place each dot. I wonder if I should try going down each of these and then just placing the dot in the same place. No, I don't have any use for colors that are that close together. Well, maybe. No, this isn't too bad. I can always change it later. I'll work with this for now. keep thinking I should maybe turn on some music for the stream, except I don't actually have any good way of setting it up so that we can both hear it. I guess if I use my headphones, but I don't like talking with headphones on. I need a splitter so I can... Would that even work? I don't know. Invest in a boombox. I'll use a boombox and then I'll blast it directly into the dynamic microphone. And that way we will have music. Get a... Perfect. I'm gonna be this guy. This will be the live stream. This guy's ribcage might be bad. This is a side view roll. Not right here. What do I have this resolution set to? 48 by 48. That is a lot more. What I want to do is work at like 32 by 32. What I'm gonna do... 48 by 48 is just way higher than I need it to be. But even just 48 by 48 will be an upgrade over what I had before. What's the sprite you're working on? So, originally, let me pull up the game. Wish Game Maker would start up just a few seconds faster. So originally, this is what the game looked like. It was about this resolution. And this is fine. It's not terrible, but I feel like it's just a little bit smaller than I want to work at. Like this torso is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. It's like 16 pixels tall. I just feel like if I increase the resolution a bit, I could make things look a little bit better. Try to get like... Though... So originally, I guess there's something kind of close to 32 pixels tall after I add the legs to them, I think. But it's just like, I want it to just get just like a little bit larger. But I feel like a full 48 by 48 or something is like too big. Bigger than I want to deal with. So I don't know. Okay, so they're significantly smaller than 32 by 32. So I'm just popping it up like a few pixels and seeing if I can make it look a little bit better. Because I want certain details, like what the characters are wearing and stuff, to actually like come across. But this sprite is the is one of the main characters forms that we'll see him in. This is just like default form. I'm not gonna make his arms yet, because his arms will be different depending on what gun he's holding. Should pull up for reference is oh, here we go. Right. There it is. Thanks. I really don't hate how it looks, especially like some characters. Like this character is kind of, where is he? This character is kind of like prototypey still in terms of graphics. I do have this one enemy who shoots grenades, and his sprite looks a lot better because I put more colors in it. So this resolution may not be too bad. I think it's really just like it's really the palette that was the problem before, and I want to fix that. So what I might do is I might start trying to touch up this sprite and see if I can get it to look better first, or create something at a similar resolution. I don't know, but I'm gonna start from scratch with him for now and just see what I can do. Character has a big head. Their body doesn't have to be exactly half the size of the sprite. One thing I want to depict is that this guy wears kind of baggy pants. Need to make good use of color to actually get that to come across well. Oh yeah. Also like an aspect of like, to what degree do I give these characters like anime proportions? Like, should they just have like a straight like up and down rib cage and legs and head on top, or should they be like head, neck, rib cage pointed almost forward, like exaggerated mega slouch? I try to go for a happy middle ground. This guy's rib cage, that's better. I think I've ever actually given my characters necks before. I also feel like his head is just like a little too big. It ends up being more about what works with the pixels. That's right. Though I say that and then I see like the stuff Nintendo was doing on the Super Nintendo, with like surprisingly low resolutions, and it's like, how did you manage to cram like that much shape out of pixel art? Very, very clever use of color and shading. That's a big thing. Like, I angst a lot about the outline, but really it's once you start coloring it that you start to really make the shape of the thing. This has got to be bland without background music. I wonder what I can play without getting struck down by the copyright gods. Video game music. I don't want it to be too loud either, though. I guess I'll put on headphones and just take one of the earphones out. Ugh, I have my speakers on. Not good. So you get feedback and blow everybody's eardrums out. How's the volume? Am I too loud or is the music too quiet?
He's the one for me. There's no place I'd rather be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the finish line. Everywhere you look, he's right on time. With a silent stare, racing through the open air. He's without air.
That's loud. About 10%. Like 6%. Oh wait, I can also change this in OBS. Forgot about that. Mic test, mic test. Well, my bar is higher than the music, but this still looks kind of high. I feel like a -30 is pretty background. Sonic Racers type music. I guess it's about that era. Actually, I have no idea when Sonic Racers came out. I don't know anything. Oh, this is not old. This is fine? Okay, perfect. Yeah, Ridge Racer 4 has a pretty solid soundtrack. I think this guy's legs could be 1 pixel taller. Oop, what? Oh. Yeah, that's better. We're having a bit of a, like... We're starting to have, like, Toriyama torso. Where we can just have the legs be, like, 75% of the body. Fill. F? No, that'd be too obvious. G. Now, to outline everything, because I really don't want to use just like straight black. I want a slightly softer look. What? Why is anything happening? Okay, there we go. I'm really good at using pixel art, as you can tell. But I guess I don't know what color to do for his hair. This is a very limiting palette, but I think... yeah, that'll work. I might add like a 5th color to each row. I don't know. Something in between the 3rd and the 4th one, maybe. What kind of character is he? He is... that's something I've been kind of trying to figure out myself. Like, I think, you know, maybe I should have a little more writing done by now, but I've had a little bit of creative block lately, but he's a sort of like, not middle-aged, but he's like 30 years old, and he's a kind of like, loner isn't really right, it's just that he has no charisma whatsoever, and he's kind of like morbidly afraid of other people, but he doesn't admit that to himself. So anyway, that fear cultivates over time into a strong hatred for other people that emerges in like a different form, kind of. And it's sort of about the conflict between these two, like, personalities he has in his head. It's not really personalities. It's more like this would be, like, his Jungian persona, and then the other form of him, which I don't have on screen right now, is more like the shadow, which is, like, all the repressed things that he hates about himself. I don't know. It's very hard to explain. What matters is that he's afraid of people and he's kind of stupid. Whoa. It's kind of a complicated character to write, but I've been figuring some stuff out. I would talk about it more, but I don't want to spoil anything either. It's very difficult because every time I want to make a video game, I want to just have like a lot of like gunfights, but then I also want a story. It's like, so how do I make a story that's just about shooting a bunch of people? This game. Postal figured it out. Man, Postal is such a good game. Oh, I have a drawing of him, like, literally right next to me. Let's see if I can actually show this on screen properly. It's not a great drawing, but it's okay. Can we see that? Oh, there's too much delay for me to check, but you can kind of see the character there. Yeah, that's obviously not that great when this is so small. There he is. That's a better picture. So yeah, that's what he looks like. Do I have his other form in here? I don't think I do. This is kind of a new sketchbook, so I don't have very many pictures of him yet. Yeah, no. My big dumb head isn't covering anything. This is like not very skin tony yellow, but like this right here looks very Game Boy-ish. So we shouldn't actually see his neck. This is a tracksuit. There we go. I find myself squinting a lot when I do pixel art. I think it helps me to like blur the image so I can see more generally what the player might see. Work on the pants a bit because I'm kind of eager to try to shade like baggy pants. These two colors of blue are like, I like adding a fifth color, but like, I feel like having both of these shades is kind of superfluous. They're not very different. I think this one a little brighter. That's a little better. is hard. Ugh. Pixel art is like a jigsaw puzzle. That's a good way of putting it. Except instead of a pile of pieces to work with, you have like infinite possibilities and only one of them is right. Yeah, exactly. Instead of one option, you have 255. Instead of like 100 pieces, you have 255 pieces cubed. Yeah, this is how many. We're working with a 16 million piece puzzle right now. Only have like 8 colors or something. Oh yeah, that's true. I only have 15 colors, so I've simplified it a little bit. Yep. That's why that's why I like to try to limit my palette. Because you have to simplify things a lot. I remember back when I was first doing pixel art, I don't know, I would just like make random colors whenever I needed one, and it resulted in very strange results. Oh my goodness, I just drew these like pants and just realize that I'm going to have to animate them walking. That'll be fun, though. It's like crystallization. Because the atoms can only line up so many ways. I never thought about it like that, but yeah. Atoms are crazy. Crystals are crazy. Have you ever seen, like, big chunks of, pyrite? Not like this. Pyrite, like, parts of it will naturally grow into, like, little cubes. It's crazy. Yeah, you can kind of see there. Like, they only want to line up, like, in flat surfaces, so they just naturally occur flat. It's really weird. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Have to make my brain flat like pyrite. Oh, that's better. I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back. I don't get why I have to pee if I'm just gonna end up drinking water again. This is ridiculous. His head is really big, I feel like. Should I just go with that? It kind of works. Yeah, it's just like 3 head heights. Also, thought about how anti-aliasing can help to add more detail. Like when you have like colors in between colors and stuff. Or like when you just like turn on anti-aliasing in GameMaker itself. Oh yeah. Perfect. If you look at the pick link. No glasses mode. Oh no. Oh, you can't tell how bad my pixel art is. The pick link? I don't see a link. Art round is better than the previous character. Yeah, no kidding. I'm already like... I keep getting it in my head like, oh no, I have to go really resolution and like really... Yeah, it's just, it's brighter and it's more charming. I keep getting in my head like, oh no, I'll never have time to get all the art done if I go like a higher resolution, but it really doesn't take as long as I keep thinking it does. With the good old Yahtzee Croshaw animation style. website's blocking your links. PM me on the forum and I'll look at it there. Uses cheap vaporwave rather than the Evansky brand themes SMH. I still have... This just doesn't turn on automatically anymore for some reason. I still have this set up. Still loading. But yeah, it used to be like, this is how it looked every day, but for some reason this page manipulator plugin is like misbehaving. Damn blocked links. Combine both colors. I get what you're saying. So just adding like more colors in between colors so that I can have like smoother shading. Kinda like after you've got the general thing working, I guess. I would do that. It's just adding that much color, that many different colors to something like this, it does take a while. So I don't know, maybe that's just me underestimating how much I can get done again. That, or just like that. Sent you a PM on the GMC for a pixel art tip. You got me that time. I don't usually fall for that, but this time I did. I'm gonna receive an angry letter from YouTube later. Excuse me, you played 3 seconds. You played 3 milliseconds of Rick Astley for deleting your channel. Oop. This is a very extended leg. I don't know if it needs to go that far. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. About using anti-aliasing, I think it might ruin the style. Yeah, there's definitely like, I use anti-aliasing more for like higher resolution stuff, definitely. At this resolution, I feel like it's better to keep things like kind of simple. And of course, game makers built-in anti-aliasing on like low resolution stuff will always make it look horrifying. It used to be the default setting in GameMaker 1.4's anti-aliasing would be on. That was crazy. Pixel art, there's like 8-bit style which doesn't use it, and then everything and then like everything after that used it with the shading and outlines. Yeah, I get what you mean. Actually, that was something I noticed even in like even like the battle sprites in Pokemon Red had a little bit of that going on with their outlines. They would just like, you can kind of see in this image, you have like a, it's not like a solid outline. You have bits where they're just like other colors thrown in there to like kind of soften it out. It's really like kind of clever. So even with, or like Snorlax, you can see he even has dithering, which I think is kind of the same concept. These old sprites were always impressive. So I think I know more what you mean by anti-aliasing. We pull up something even newer. Oop. Octopath. Darn it, we're just like a normal... How come I look up Octopath sprites and the only thing that comes up is fan work? Here we go. Oh, this is blurry. Okay, well I can't show Octopath as an example, but they definitely had a lot more of that kind of thing too, and it was very pretty. It's supposed to be like... Well, honestly, I might even be able to implement that with, like, outlines and stuff. Soften things out a little bit like that. I don't know, that might be a good idea. Like, this kind of thing, like, that already looks a lot better. It makes this curve here look a little softer. So, that might actually be a good thing to go through and, like, do in post, like you were saying. The NES couldn't do transparency, so the water in Mario Bros. 3 is a cross-stitch of blue pixels, then scrolled across the screen to give the illusion of transparent water. They had to be pretty clever back then. I appreciate that kind of thing. Yeah, if you just move it fast enough, it'll look transparent. To be honest, I like how this looks as it is. I take caution before adding AA, because it can quickly turn into a blurry mess. Yeah, you're right. I might experiment that with that more, though, actually, because I do sort of like how it's making the outlines look. Like, just adding that here and there, with, like, troublesome outlines, like Pokemon, might be a good idea. For now, I'll just leave it simple and get the animation out. starts a little. Like a pixel over. Pretty sure this song is close to the end of the soundtrack. Oh, no, there's actually quite a bit to go. Cycle. Okay. Like streaming pixel art is a good idea. I can't just like slack off while I'm on stream. I think it's time to change the music. Getting a little too exciting. I may have... Might be okay. One trick I have to be careful of when animating baggy pants is not accidentally making them get too long as the walk cycle progresses. Like, they'll start out a pixel off the ground, and then when they're fully extended, they'll be slightly touching the ground. It's like I have to remember to, like, raise the pants back up as the legs straighten out. Yeah, this is fine. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's coming along. Still, I feel like the volume of the pants is kind of inconsistent. I don't know, I've animated baggy pants like this before, and it's easy to get some, like, weird behavior. Gone for 10 minutes, then smoking. You gotta do what you gotta do. You don't need my permission to smoke. Just hope you brought enough to share with the rest of the class.
I've never felt like submit to the level. I've never felt like thinking this will last forever.
This always happens to me. I need to be more careful to actually reference, like, the starting leg when I'm animating legs, so that they actually look more like consistent. Okay, well, first of all, getting some shading. Well, I'll just finish the animation, and then I'll go and actually touch it up to be right.
I've never felt like submit to the level. I've never felt like thinking this will last forever. They're just with me. You gotta tell me you don't jump all over me. When stars smile and move, what a whole look in your eyes, just dialing your number, fading to rest the last two, right in the how it moves reaches us. If you hold me tight, feeling helpless, so close, will this last long?
I was thinking about AA with pixel art. It's like suddenly you've got an extra color to work with, and then you can slot it into several parts to add more to the flow and shape. I guess like exaggerating the original shape. Yeah, I think that's pretty much right. Sometimes when I'm doing pixel art, if I'm like, I can't get enough detail in, like I did that earlier today, I only had 4 shades of each color, but I slotted in a 5th one because I couldn't really get the detail that I wanted.
So dance, wanna put you in a trance. Let's party, boogie in your body. Work that body, make sure you don't hurt nobody. I say, hey, 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 feeling the fire with a burning desire. Yeah, get up off of that thing. Dance and shake and let's swing. Come on, girl, let me rock the world.
Ooh, that looks pretty good. That still needs work.
So dance while I put you in a trance. And let's party. Boogie in your body. Work that body. Make sure you don't hurt nobody. I say, hey, 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 feel the fire with a burning desire. Yeah, get up off of that thing. Dance, shake, and let's swing. Come on, go, let me rock the world.
You might be right. I might experiment with it more later. But I do like that stuff. I especially like the way the Pokemon's outlines look. I was always very impressed with that.
There's a way, kind of peace out, face reality, never be charity. The enemy you're fighting covers all society. Damn right, mommy's not here, gonna fight all night. Right here, shadow 10 o'clock direction. Seize the moment, destroy the nation. You rhyme slow motion, give me motivation. Breathe out now, and then on arrival. Round up around, spit out, all over. Rhyme like a rolling stone, come in the crowd. Watch out the moon, that this too loud. This was this sound, and bombs whole ground. So round up, don't ease your pace, cause enemies brutal. Moment of truth, there ain't no truth. You're the only one world, one love. But the battle goes on, shadows all mass destruction.
Oh yeah, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Baby, baby, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Oh yeah, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Baby, baby, da-da-da-dum. Oh yeah, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Baby, baby, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Oh yeah, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Baby, baby,
Battlegrounds right here. It's a man's world. Gotta get ready for this right here. Hey yo. There's a way, kind of peace out, face reality, never be charity. The enemy you're fighting covers all society. Damn right, mommy's not here, gonna fight all night. Right here, shadow 10 o'clock direction. Seize the moment, destroy the nation. You rhyme slow motion, give me motivation. Breathe out now, and then on arrival. Round up around, spit out, all over. Rhyme like a rolling stone, come in the crowd. Watch out the moon, that this too loud.
Okay,
This
that's-
sound and bombs whole ground. So round up, don't ease your pace, cause enemies brutal. Moment of truth, there ain't no truth. You're the only one world, one love. But the battle goes on, shadows all mass destruction.
oh yeah, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Baby, baby, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum.
Having this frame be repeated is a little...
Da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Baby, baby, da-da-da-dum. Oh yeah, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Baby, baby, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Oh yeah, da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Baby, baby,
Battlegrounds right here. It's a man's world.
Some question, are you making a walk cycle? Yes, I'm making a walk cycle. First part is the leg moving back, and then I'll do the leg going up and back to the front, and then I'll just duplicate it on the other side, but like darker. I usually have the character linger at the top of the walk for a couple frames, because it just gives it a sort of like natural weight, but having this frame be exactly the same each time is like clearly wrong.
in the media. Getting jiggy with come find place, I'm telling ya. Anywhere you be, from New York to Siberia. Gotta feel your own beat and shake it every day. I'ma put it down, grabbing this crown. Lay your dollars on the ground, gonna double up now. 65 to 4 to 3, 2, one more time. Heavy punchline about to cruise. Let it go, let it out, let it go, let it out. Take a deep breath.
This needs some touching up.
Lay low, lay high, lay low, lay high. Until you feel the vibes that touch the sky. Let it go, let it out, let it go, let it out. Take a deep breath, deep breath, deep breath.
I always bite the sides of my cheeks when I'm focusing on something. It looks like I'm mewing. The foot gives a weird feeling, but that could just be because the other leg isn't there to take a step. It's... yeah, because like it's weird that it like kind of lingers in the middle like that, but I think when he's actually walking, it will look a little bit more natural. Because you don't really walk at like a perfectly steady pace. You're kind of on like a little sine wave of speed, I think.
Lay low, lay high, lay low, lay high. Until you feel the vibes that touch the sky. Let it go, let it out, let it go, let it out. Take a deep breath, deep breath, deep breath.
It may also give a weird feeling just because like many of these frames look ridiculous. What? That's fine.
I never felt like
Oh, I'll worry about the minutia of making the volume of the pants consistent when I have all of the leg animation done.
But they're still with me. Down. You gotta turn up, down. I never felt like down. I never felt like down. They're still with me. Down. You gotta turn up, down. I never felt like
It's pretty good though. Have you done many animations like this before? Yes. Done quite a lot of pixel art animation. Not as much as I should have for how long I've been making video games. Like I do wish I was a little bit better at it, but I've done my share. I have one walk cycle. I'll show this off because it was something I like did but never finished. Okay, well I don't actually know where it's saved, so maybe I won't open it. I had another walk cycle that also had a character with like kind of baggy pants like this, but a little bit different. And I was pretty happy with how that one was coming along, but it was a pretty large project and I never quite finished it. Because it was like 3 times this resolution or something. I start doing animation, it's like a constant roadblock whenever I make a character. Animating is hard, but it is very gratifying. I used to animate on the DSi a lot when I was a child, so I got a lot of good practice that way.
L'ouvrier, la vérité finit toujours par se découvrir. Chaque jour suffit sa peine, chacun trouve chaussure à son pied. Le temps blanchit la tête sans nourrir la raison. L'ouvrier, la vérité finit toujours par se découvrir. Chaque jour suffit sa peine, chacun trouve chaussure à son pied. Le temps blanchit
Well, I
la
guess
tête sans nourrir la raison.
Oh, for doing animations like this, you should really look up, I don't know, you look up like Yahtzee walk cycle tutorial or something like that. He has a very, very good video on it. Oh, this is gonna be loud. There we go. Is it in this one? It wasn't this one. He has a video where he explains how to animate a walk cycle, and it's very good. And I learned a lot from it. Wow, this is like not coming up. Oh yeah, it was this video. Yeah, he talks about making a walk cycle in this video, and I'm not nearly as good at animating as he is, but it's a very, very good, just like step-by-step explanation of animating a character walking. Can I copy the link? Yeah. There you go. Oh, also...
I will.
This is another good video, which is worth watching, and I don't remember the timestamp, but there's a part where he gives a lot of advice about... He's just talking about, like, reload animations, but at some point he talks about, like, animation fundamentals and how it applies to reloading animations, and I learned a little bit from watching that as well. It applies to more than just reload animations.
Hey, yo. There's no man's land, no man ever survived. Invisible hands are behind you just now. If you ever win that race against rage, then you became cause it's no man's land. Masses in heavy rain, ultimately fame. Make shots slave, what they done is in vain. Down in AK-47, 24/7, but you got 11 persecuted by heaven. Comes with a direction, no indication. You got to let it move first, let it out, let it down, let it inside, let loose, let it in, depress. Let's get it up. Then what you gonna do is drop the hammer down. Drop, run, drop, hammer, take it like a labor. You got blood all over, ash all over. Spit it out, some game's over.
What is a reload animation? An animation of a character reloading a gun, usually in first person.
No soul, go bust, be bust. Justice to the man with no life. Tear up the fear, the end is coming in. Spit it out like a spear, I'll burn in dread. No soul, go bust, be bust. Justice to the man with no life.
I can see the confusion. Oh yeah, literally just an animation of reloading.
There's no man's land, no man ever survived. Invisible hands are behind you just now. If you ever win that race against rage, then you became cause it's no man's land. Masses in heavy rain, ultimately fame. Make shots slave, what they done is in vain. Down in AK-47, 24/7, but you got 11 persecuted by heaven. Comes with a direction, no indication. You got to let it move first, let it out, let it down, let it inside, let loose, let it in, depress. Let's get it up. Then what you gonna do is drop the hammer down. Drop, run, drop, hammer, take it like a labor. You got blood all over, ash all over. Spit it out, some game's over. Tear up the fear, the end is coming in. Spit it out like a spear, I'll burn the dread.
Think about what it looks like when you walk.
Justice to the man with no life. Tear up the fear, the end is coming in. Spit it out like a spear, I'll burn the dread. No soul, go bust, be bust. Justice to the man with no life.
Switch music. almost middle of winter here in Texas, and I swear it was like 75 degrees out today. I've been streaming for 2 hours already. It's crazy.
love we're making. This is the love we're making. This is the love we're making all the time. This is the love we're making. This is the love we're making. This is the love we're making all the time.
I'm going back to the restroom.
This is the true love we're making. This is true love we're making. This is true love we're making. This is the true love we're making. This is the true love for you and me. This is the love we're making. This is the love we're making. This is the love we're making all the time. This is the love we're making. This is the love we're making. This is the love we're making all the time. Oh yeah, this is the love we're making. This is the love we're making all the time. Oh yeah, this is the love we're making. This is the love we're making. Oh yeah.
Alright, coffee acquired. Fantastic. I'm still here, I was just zoning out watching all that. But hey, that's good. It just occurred to me while I was working on this that I'm doing a side-on animation, but the game is like slightly top-down, so I'm like, what do I do about this? Solution is simple. Collapse character. We'll worry about that later.
Listen closely, approach me, sucker closely. Person try to treat me like greater than toast me, impossible. I cut a sucker in small chunks, make more rhymes than Michael Jordan makes slams. That's alone. Prerogative. Taking knowledge on a different level. Mix the lyrics like the bass with the treble. We take a deep breath, getting funky as my lungs release a solid rhyme. Slacking. Never stop, so I continue on. With the first word is white, word is born. I'm into imperfection, not indulgent fantasy. Take a mind and then start. Like me. Listen closely, approach me. Sucker closely. Person try to treat me like greater than toast me, impossible. I cut a sucker in small chunks, make more rhymes than Michael Jordan makes slams. That's alone. Prerogative. Listen closely, approach me. Sucker closely. Person try to treat me like greater than toast me.
I feel like my downfall with art is never thinking of animation. It's like I focus on the still picture and get it perfect, but then it's so hard to animate. Yeah, you have to... Yeah, I understand sort of what you mean. You can't just like, it's hard to just draw a picture and then animate it from it. It's like you have to do the animation entirely and let it be kind of rough, even though it annoys you, and then you go through and you touch it up frame by frame. I probably should have started just doing like outlines and blocky color through the whole animation and then added all the shading and stuff, but well, but it's this simple, it's not too hard. You're doing it the way that feels natural to you, I guess, but I'm kind of jealous because it, like, if I've done it in this way, drawing and the animation are on the same level. I see. Yeah, I don't know. They're both pretty hard. Animation will get you. One thing that is nice about animation is that it does help you get better at drawing quickly, because it forces you to draw a lot of like poses and perspectives and stuff that you wouldn't ordinarily. They kind of flow together. Yeah. Wish I had more animation advice. The problem is I still feel like, even though I've been doing it for a while, I'm still like fairly amateurish, if mainly because I only really do pixel art. So it's like there's a lot of stuff that you don't have to do when it's such a low resolution. Like I don't have to animate any hands. Animating hands is probably crazy. When you self-teach / learn, you always feel amateurish, but I think we've got more than we give ourselves credit for. Art is weird, though. I think you're right. I'm always startled by the stuff that you're able to make programming. I don't even, like... A lot of stuff that you do in Game Maker that is, like, I can't even fathom how to start doing. I would like to start doing 3D at some point, though. I don't know if it'll be in Game Maker or what. Oh, thanks. It's weird though, I just tried to work out how to do certain things and end up really obsessed with it. I'm kind of the same way. Like I said, I haven't really touched 3D, but... I don't know. You get good at something quickly if you get really fixated on it. I've been kind of doing that with music lately. I'm not anywhere near being, like, good at music, but I've learned a lot in a really short amount of time. Speed up the animation. I forget. Oh, you're fine. Now all I have to do is copy paste this leg, and all gonna be good in the hood. Thanks. I'm pretty happy with this so far. Turning out better than I expected. Think I did something wrong here. Naturally, this was. Oh, I know what I'm supposed to do. It's late here in England. It's late over here too. I'm starting to getting a little tuckered out. I always get confused at this part. 'Lovin' the Funk. Yeah, it's the. It is the Toe Jam and Earl. What was it called? It's not the original Toe Jam and Earl soundtrack, but they did a remake of the game, and it's that soundtrack. Toe Jam and Earl Back in the Groove, that's what it was called. Yeah. Oh, on Xbox. Is it on Xbox? I didn't know that. I know if you get it on Steam, the soundtrack comes with it for free. So I bought the game literally just so I could have the soundtrack. Anyway. Am I missing a frame? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am missing a frame. This is supposed to be Wait. No, I have one frame too many. Oh my goodness, I meant to make a 16 frame animation and I made a 17 frame animation. Okay, well that's good. These are not both necessary. That's better. Perfect. Thank you, thank you. Pretty pleased with it so far. See how it looks when the legs are actually overlaid on top of each other. I think it'll look good. Also have to go through and fill in the black leg with a darker color so that it's like shaded. Alright. Oh, it's because they're the same. You learned a lot? What did you learn? Program's fighting me a little. There we go. Oop. Something weird's going on there. Something wrong. Yeah, that's not supposed to be the same frame. About animation, and also that someone like me can do the same thing. It's just because you're a real person and not a manufactured one. Don't want to get too deep here, but you know what I mean. I do get it. Thank you. That's a big compliment. Yeah, it's easy to start feeling like. Yeah, I won't go too deep either, but I get what you mean. Now, it's easy to forget that a lot of these like skills are something that you start out as just like a normal person, and then you go and you learn the skill, and you're still pretty much just a normal person. You don't have to be like a superhuman to do anything like this. Alright, legs are... Well, I don't know about done. They probably still need some, like, work to make them look real nice, but they don't look horrible, and he can walk. I guess I'll call that good for tonight as far as animation goes. Actually, what I wonder if I can do is if I can get some like torso rotation really quick. Thanks, I'm happy you like it. I think I'll probably do more, like, animation streams, just because, like, it seems really good for keeping me productive. because it's very, very easy to just, I don't know. It's very easy when you're just sort of by yourself in your room trying to get stuff done to just, do something random instead. Vanish here. There we go. Good night's work. Yeah, and it only took me like, what, 3 hours to do all this? That's not bad. If I managed to keep that rate up, like, I could get a lot of, like, decent quality animation in a pretty short amount of time. I might actually be able to make the whole game look like this, and not just one sprite. There we go. So there's a tip for you. If you want the character walking, you can make their torso move back and forth by just moving the seam of their shirt left and right. You have to imagine like shoulders there going back and forth too. Thank you. All he needs is arms now. So by rotating his torso, now I make it so that he has to like move his arms, and then if he's holding a gun, that has to move. I still haven't fixed the problem of this is supposed to be slightly top-down, but it's clearly just a side-on animation. I'll need to figure out how I'm gonna, like, fix that. But I think I'll leave that for not today. I guess I'll just end the stream. I guess that's all I really need to do. Thanks to both of you for showing up and hanging out and chatting. It made the time sitting here and working much more entertaining, so I appreciate it. I'll probably do more streams like these in the future. I don't know when, but probably not too far in the future. No problem. Thank you for watching. Yep, that's a pretty big improvement over See you, Evan. And with all of the good nights out of the way, I'm going to end the stream. Bye-bye.